2026 coach marketing blueprint that helps you get clients up to 3 times faster. Whether you're a coach who is looking for one-to-one coaching clients, whether you want an extra 10, 20, or even 30 coaching clients in 2026, or you are a course creator that wants to sell hundreds, maybe thousands of courses in 2026, this marketing strategy will work for you. And I'm going to lay it out exactly how to create this whole marketing funnel that works in 2026 right here in this episode. So before we get into that, let me tell you a few things that has changed, right? So in 2026, whether you want more coaching clients or whether you want to sell more courses, the good news is that it's possible even by lowering your costs per acquisition. And the bad news is that if you're still using funnel strategies from 2024 that you bought off some course, it's not going to work in 2026 because the game has changed. Things have shifted. And if you're still playing the game from even just 2024, you will be losing out to other people who are using this exact strategy. So first of all, outline what exactly has changed in 2026 that you need to be aware of. There are 5 big headwinds if you run a coaching business in 2026. First of all, as you well know, now you're not just competing against other coaches, you're competing against the LLMs. People are replacing their coaches, the business coaches, the life coaches with LLMs. They're replacing it with ChatGPT, Gemini, and all this stuff. I mean, I had a friend who told me he has actually replaced his psychologist with ChatGPT. And for me, personally, sometimes I even chat to ChatGPT. I have verbal conversations with ChatGPT on my business. And it does give some useful information. Not to say you can replace an actual coach with great experience, but a lot of people are thinking, why do I need to pay thousands to hire a coach? So that's one big headwind that you have to be aware of. The second thing is, as the market becomes more competitive, the people who think they can just do life coaching, that they can just do business coaching or coaching in general, they are the ones that are going to suffer in 2026. So you cannot be a generalist in 2026. You need to be a specialist. You need to niche down. So instead of being a life coach, you could be a coach that helps married men gain the masculinity again, right? So that is the difference between life coach and you're coaching for a specific outcome. Another example, that you're a business coach that helps manufacturing companies to lower their headcounts by 20% using AI. Now, that's what people will buy. They're not going to buy just business coaching in general, right? So that is something that you need to be very clear about and aware about. The third thing is that certifications are not a differentiator anymore. In fact, when I did my research, I found that 85% of coaches have some form of certification. So what is the point of getting another certification? People are just looking for coaches who can get them results. They don't care about your certifications, your qualifications. I got 3 degrees and nobody cares about it. Nobody ever asked me as a marketing agency, how many degrees do you have? They all just want to know, what results have you gotten for other clients before? And that's exactly what is happening in this space. You just need to prove and convince people that you can get them the results that you promised them. And the final thing is that because of increased competitions, your old 2024 funnels, they're just not going to work anymore. You need something that is not as simple as what was working just a few years back. You need something more sophisticated in this marketplace that will help you stand out, that will help you to build trust, and will help you to get people to sign on that contract without you hard selling them. And that's what we're going to get into shortly. Okay, so here's the thing with new marketing strategy. What it helps you to do is it helps you to differentiate you from the LLMs. And how we do that is by multiple touch points, which I will show you how exactly we do that in the next slide. it also positions you as a specialist, not a generalist, because you have the opportunity to educate people about what you do, the results you have gotten for them, and also how you are positioning yourself in the marketplace versus the rest of the crowd. So it differentiates you from others so that you're no longer seen as just a life coach, just a business coach, or just a fitness coach. You are a very, very specific result-oriented coach that gets people specific results based on the pain point that they are having at that point in time. And people will trust you to get results if you use this marketing funnel that I'm about to show you. And it also overcomes competition. In fact, it makes the competition irrelevant once you get the prospect into your ecosystem. In fact, this is so good that I'm currently building this whole funnel for our marketing agency. So let me give you a flow chart of how it works. First of all, you have what we call a lead magnet. In fact, not just a lead magnet, but a mini course funnel. So what is a mini course funnel? It's essentially a lead magnet because you're offering people a mini course in order for them to sign up to your email list. So the whole offer there is you pitch them a mini course that will help them to achieve a certain outcome in a 5 or 7 day period of time. You can also have this course valued at $197 and it's yours free just by signing up on this particular page. So for me, for Radical Marketing, what we are doing is we are having a 5-day course on how to construct a highly effective funnel. And I'm going to show people the 10 elements that they need to build in order to create a webinar funnel that's highly effective, that doesn't leak money throughout the funnel, that actually gets people showing up and gets people buying even after the webinar. So that's what I'm doing over a 5-day period. So each day, what you want to do once they sign up is that you drip feed them part 1 of the course, part 2 of the course, until part 5 or part 7, whichever path you choose to go down. And basically every day you are giving them a value instructional video, anywhere from between 5 to 10 minutes long. It's a very consumable kind of like length that people are not going, oh, I have to sit down for 30 minutes to watch this video. No, it's just like 5 to 10 minutes long, super value packed and very actionable. So in 5 days, I will give them the entire framework, the entire step-by-step to actually create their whole webinar funnel, at least from a very broad level. Now, of course, you can drive traffic using paid ads, using organic cold email, whatever you want to drive traffic into this mini course so that once people enter your ecosystem, they get indoctrinated, they get this free course, and then ultimately at the end of each day, you have a call to action, a very soft call to action saying that, hey, if you like us to implement this funnel for you, click below and let's have a chat. And if they don't purchase, that's fine, totally fine, because we put them in our newsletter. And then with the newsletter, over time, they'll come back potentially, okay? So that's part 1 of the funnel. Now, part 2 of the funnel is where it gets really interesting. Okay, so part 2 of the funnel that's where we add what we call a VSL or a video sales letter funnel as part of the mix. So remember, we have all these people signing up, but some of them may not end up buying, right? So we have a meta retargeting and any platform you want to retarget people to come to the sales page. We don't want to drive people direct from meta ads to the sales page because we found that it just costs so much money and it just doesn't give the opportunity to build trust in a 10-minute VSL, for example. It's just too short a time to demonstrate value, to give people enough trust to want to sign up for an appointment with you. It's kind of like you're going for like a dinner date straight off from meeting on the street. Okay, why don't we just like exchange numbers first and look at some of my Instagram content, or even just like let's catch coffee kind of thing, right? But if you have like your VSL funnel right from cold traffic, that's like asking people for dinner date. And yeah, some people might say yes, but majority of people are like, oh, I don't really know you well enough to sign up on the date. So yeah, that's why we have the VSO, but we use retargeting traffic here. And of course, we might consider using Google Ads where we have more high intent people to actually drive them to this VSO. And the reason for that is if you know that if you run Google Ads, people with certain high intent keywords, they are ready to buy. They don't need the indoctrination. They don't need the mini course. They don't need to really get to know and like you that much. Basically, if you, in your 10-minute VSO, have a great offer, they are likely to sign up for your appointment or even your course if they are actively looking for it, right? So once again, this works for both courses. And also if you're selling appointments to a strategy call, which the back end you might be selling a high ticket offer, this totally works, okay? This funnel works for both cases. And yeah, that's it, guys, in a nutshell. That is the strategy. Now, this is different to your traditional funnels because the traditional funnels are more like, oh, let's send this person to a webinar. Let's send this person to like just a VSL page, right? And here's the thing, right? Most of your prospects, they are not ready to purchase yet. Most of them fall under the not yet category, but they are interested. So you want to have that opportunity to nurture them and then bring them eventually to a sale, right? So that's in a nutshell, the whole funnel. But I want to add a bonus for you. And this is the cherry on top of the pie, and that is having a webinar or an event. A once a month webinar or event will dovetail perfectly with this funnel. Now, remember, all these people that you've brought through the mini course, brought through Google Ads, you've retargeted them, but if they're still sitting on the fence, what you need now is to drive them to a once a month webinar or an event. This is where they actually get to see you live, get to interact with you in person. And with that, there is an opportunity for you to pitch to them. And because they have been indoctrinated, when they come to the webinar or the event that you're hosting, the chances of them signing up is way higher as compared to cold traffic, provided they are the right type of target audience. So this is something that we are also incorporating for many of our clients, apart from drawing them, building that list in the first place. And then we also give them this webinar once a month so that there's this excitement, there's this event once a month that we bring everybody together. It gives us an excuse as well to market to them, send out several promotional emails to them to get them to come to this webinar. So that is the whole funnel, my friends. I really hope you enjoyed that. And why this works is because, again, you're building trust with a series of different funnels, not just one. You have multiple. Essentially, you got 3 different funnels here working hand in hand to move your prospects along that customer journey, because it's not like a one-hit thing and you just need to get all the sales you can with one event. This is basically building multiple touch points, and each touch point, you're actually giving value to them. So when you have that call to action, it's not that awkward anymore. It's kind of like a friend asking you, hey, let's go for coffee or let's go for a movie. It's not like a stranger on the street asking you, hey, I like your clothes and you look very sexy. Can I ask you for a date? You're going to run from them, right? So this is exactly what it does. And as I mentioned, it moves people gently along the customer journey because most people, they want that nurturing. They need to build that trust. They need to know you're credible. They need to know you get results. And as I mentioned, if you have events to go with it, that is fantastic. Like one of our other clients right now, what we're building for him is a weekly event. And that weekly event acts also as a lead magnet. So instead of a mini course, we have that weekly event, which is a breathworks kind of exercise. We're building this community of people who want to do breath works to release the stress and everything. And then once a month, we will have the webinar. Again, the mini course can be flexible, but this is where you need to understand the customer avatar and what works, and to create a customized plan, a strategy that works for your customer avatar. Because I'm just putting this out there so that you don't just think, oh, it must be a mini course and it must be a VSL. No, it can be flexible. The whole thing is you need to understand in the customer journey where the prospect is and tailor your strategy accordingly. And if you want us to work on a strategy together, happy to get on a call with you and let's see whether we can work out a personalized strategy for you, right? And then potentially we can help you to implement that. So the difference between this strategy and many of the other strategies out there, including some that we have implemented in the past, is that this is a series of funnels. You have multiple traffic channels. Now, I'm sure many of you have been caught out with your pants down, myself included, when you got a Facebook ad account ban, when you got your Google ad account ban, and then what? Your business can't survive because your cash flow stops because you got your ad account banned. Here's the thing, right? In 2026, you need to create as many traffic channels as possible. Today, we are using cold email. We're using LinkedIn outreach, organic outreach as well. We're using organic traffic. We're using email. Apart from all the traditional ad platforms, we are investigating other forms of ad platforms as well, like Reddit. We even looking at some ad sites for certain of our clients that are banned from advertising on traditional platforms. So you just need to be open-minded and to generate the traffic from the right places. The other difference, as I mentioned multiple times, it converts to not ready over time. Results from this funnel, if you implement it correctly, you build trust and credibility like never before. Sales will not be awkward anymore. You build a list of prospects much more cheaper because you're directing them to lead magnet. So you should be getting like $2 to $5 per lead. Ready buyers will take action, and yet the others that are not ready, they will get nurtured. And your newsletter and your events keep you top of mind so that your prospects won't even consider the competition if you do this right, because you have the mini course, you have events happening, you have a newsletter. So you are the number one person in their minds, in their consideration. Okay, so in summary, I just want to wrap this up by saying the one funnel systems are getting difficult to scale. So for example, if you're just running a lead magnet funnel, if you're just running a quiz funnel, if you're just running a VSL funnel or webinar funnel, not to say they don't work, but if you want more profits and you want to scale with more confidence, if you're just using one type of funnel, it's becoming increasingly hard to scale. And I see that across the board. So the way to go in 2026 is to use a multi-funnel system to build trust and generate sales. The other thing is community building is absolutely critical as well. So as you build your list and as you build your community by having regular events, that is the key to making sure that you have that moat, that fortress that protects your business from your competitors. And the final thing I would say is that many agencies and many marketers have just gone lazy because in the past they have done something and that worked, and they still keep doing that because they think, oh, okay, I just need to tweak the messaging and the offer a little bit more, then I can improve it. That might be the case, yes, and you may get a certain level of increase in results, but if you truly want to transform the game, you truly want to elevate things to levels that you could never imagine possible with your marketing in 2026, then I would suggest you try out this multi-funnel system. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode and you got plenty of value out of it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in another episode.